Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is Rizwan from TPR Pod. We're back after a while. Special guests Sarkhel and Nadir today, who haven't been seen on screen for a while. This is episode 85. और yeah, hoodies बाहर आना शुरू हो गई हैं Lahore में. It's getting pretty cold. Yeah, we'll talk about Nadir's recent trip to Turkey. And yeah, that's it. Nadir, Assalamualaikum.
Bro, I was gonna say, Nadir se keh raha tha when he joined first, ke he's the most professional looking podcast setup we've ever had. And he doesn't even do a podcast. मतलब mic proper, pop filter, ये वो हमारा तो मेरा ये black कभी कभार आ जाता है, Mr. Black.
Bro, his lighting could be better.
Yeah, like
I just meant.
No, Nadir's lighting is okay. I'm the professional lighting guy यहाँ पे, the photographer. Backlit as F or yeah.
Rear back जो silhouette जो आपको बनना है ना. But congratulations on the beard coming back also, Razan. ये कभी कभार जो आपकी गलती होती है, biannual mistake, वो जो है refresh हो रहा है. But hello Nadir, बड़े अरसे बाद आप आए. Thank you very much for coming over. अच्छा. Quickly, unbearable, high speed, unbearable. Yeah, so Nadir came back recently from Turkey. तो सब गए हुए थे, हमने इस बारे में बात भी की थी कुछ एपिसोड्स पे कि हमारे दोस्त गए हुए हैं, तो नादिर से बात करना बहुत जरूरी था. नादिर, आप कैसे हैं?
I'm good. और बड़ा फन हुआ, मुझे एंजॉय किया मैंने काफी ज्यादा.
मुझे फन हुआ. अच्छा जी बिल्कुल. तो कैसा रहा आपका ट्रिप? कब आए वापस, कब गए थे आप, जरा बस बताएं.
We went for a total of 18 days. I obviously went with my wife, and it was like a honeymoon of sorts. So we went for 18 days and we went to 6 different cities.
Turkey.
So we didn't, obviously we didn't we divided it unequally, and I think most of the research and everything was done by Mariam. But I think we did a pretty good job of balancing things out, because we had been doing this research since January, because then this whole COVID thing happened. So we had we'd saved up coffee time say for this, and we were like, acha ab kya kare? So then whatever, it happened, and we're happy that it happened. Shuru mein we were I think we visa iska humne Mariam ko to mil gaya tha, pehle se mil gaya tha. I applied early, 1st of September, and uski bhi ek story hai. We applied for it, and it didn't, it says I think 15 working days.
Okay.
Or 15 working days mein what happened was that they just sent my passport back, and they're like, okay, your papers have gone for processing to Ankara. And we're like, bro, kya scene hai? And we found out from other people. Actually, there's this vlogger called Muzammil. What's his I think LOL Studios or something like that.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
So uske साथ भी यही scene हुआ था. He was apparently going to Turkey for
vlogging.
No, actually for a wedding, I believe.
Oh.
So
we wedding.
Pakistani log, okay. We wedding. तो I think उसके साथ भी यही सीन हुआ था, and then he emailed someone in the embassy and उसको फिर next day पे मिल गया था because he had planned everything and you know like उसके next दिन उसको जाना था.
Do you think
Even
it's
I think
also because he's like a very prominent kind of
And I
personality?
think he works for the government or something.
He has some कुछ government projects भी किए हैं. Yeah, did this also work for you?
I don't know because like he gave me the same email address that he found on the website and
अच्छा.
I emailed them as well और इसके मतलब कि I emailed them on a Saturday and I got my visa on a Monday.
That's
Oh
great.
wow,
So
that's nice. Yeah.
yeah, तो मतलब कि I mean after waiting a month and about 10 days or something like that of
Yeah.
that that 15-day period जो पहले मैंने बात
Yeah.
की थी.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the reasoning behind this stoppage right now, Filhal, is that everyone's going to Turkey, and we know
Yeah.
everyone's going to Turkey right now.
Yep.
Pura Europe band hua hua hai.
Yeah.
So all
Bro,
all
what
the
the fuck
tourists are basically going to Turkey, and as a thabi, like there are a lot of like European people there, Americans there. There are a lot of Mexican people there.
Nice.
So there are all sorts of sort of people over there. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we left on the what was it? The 28th of
28th.
huh. Oh, you
तुम्हें क्यों
remember
पता
too.
है?
Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you acting a bit sus, yo.
रिजवान पेट्रोल भर रहा था जहाज के अंदर ना What the fuck?
Bro, अंदर का travel agent मरता नहीं है ना. It's like keeping track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rizwan
So
has
I
a
think-
weird thing with dates and time also. It's थोड़ा है मसला. Eidetic memory.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. जी नादर बताएं 28.
खैर, तो I think for the most part वही है कि सख्ती है, सब जा रहे हैं, so you have to have a proper like reasoning. and मैंने बस ये बोला कि bro मैं कब से वेट कर रहा हूँ, मैंने टिकट खरीदा हुआ है, hotels book किए हुए हैं, and I'm going for a honeymoon, so just so and also it has a lot to do with like when I went to the embassy, the guy was like bro तुम्हारे account में पैसे कितने हैं? So I was like X, and he's like, "Huh, this is perfect because like you're so like people who don't have enough money in their account and they show their bank statements, वो अक्सर उनको like off करा देते हैं. So this is definitely something that people should think about when I think it says something like 3.5 लाख से ऊपर होने चाहिए.
Okay.
Per person? Yeah.
No, just the person who's applying the visa.
Okay.
जिसका लग रहा है.
So I guess per person ही हुआ.
दोनों का लग रहा होगा ना.
Yeah.
But
मुझे
no,
तो I
but
guess पहले से
it
लग गया
also
था.
depends on कि अगर if you're going with your wife or someone, so then you can say कि मेरे पैसों पे जा रही है, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was something that they did ask me as well, and I did say yes कि मैं अपने I'm taking her. So yeah. Anyway, so I think yeah, so we basically had hotels काफी fit हमने तैयार करके रखे हुए थे. We did a mixture of Airbnbs and hotels. अभी तो Airbnb पे भी hotels आते हैं. So that's pretty cool. I think obviously for someone like from the city like me and even you guys, Istanbul is definitely like the best thing to go to. Like there's Sara kuch, all the culture, all the food, all the cool stuff is definitely in Istanbul. We arrived in this place called Bioglu. That's the area that we were staying in. It's got this tower called the Galata Tower over there, and uske ird gird sara fucking art scene. Like there's lots of music instrument shops. There's lots of cafes. There's lots of like little kebab shops and everything. So it's a nice little artsy place. The thing with like Istanbul is कि हर जगह like graffiti होती है और बहुत खूबसूरत graffiti होती है. I can send you some pictures too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you send the pictures, now you're seeing them now.
Exactly. So uska bahut like, and one more thing is that वहाँ पे animals meaning dogs and cats का बहुत ख्याल रखते हैं. Like you'll often see like on the streets there'll be dogs with like tags in their ears that means that they're neutered and they're taken care of. और सारे इतने मोटे कुत्ते बिल्लियां होती हैं, they're just like sleeping. They're like don't
Chill.
time most of the time because they're just like so well fed. Like outside people's houses, they just randomly leave cat food and dog food and water. So मतलब कि इतना
It's
like,
just
and
part
they're
of the culture
really,
there.
yeah, and they're domesticated. Like everyone, all those dogs and cats are domesticated to the point where like कोई हरामीपन नहीं करेगा, you know, इंसान के साथ. You can go and you know, hang out with it and pet it and it'll all be chill. Like, you know, unlike यहाँ पे के you know कुत्ते थोड़े से vicious हो जाते हैं everything.
Because उनको यहाँ पे तो treat भी कुत्तों की तरह किया जाता है ना, मतलब.
Yeah, पत्थर मारते हैं. You know, like you know, it's वही मैं सोच रहा था that the kids are like really horrible to animals here as well. Like वो they वो वाला scene जो होता है ना, it's this hut is like a culture in Pakistan which I feel needs to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can be nice, not you know. So
You can do nothing. Like doing nothing is better than this.
Yeah, I generally felt that ये जो general जो Sawab Index of Turkey है ना, वो काफी up हो गई थी just because of how they take care of animals, you know. So I feel like you know, in little things like this, like I feel like Pakistan Sawab Index में काफी off है, you know. Even though we like to say कि हाँ Muslims, Islam, best country of Islam in the world, and you know, I mean, feel like खैर तो you know वो
ऐसा
वो भी साथ
आ रही है. But I like this Sawab Index term. I think I will start employing it as well. It's a good term.
हाँ.
It makes sense.
National Sawab Index is the
National Sawab Index, NSI.
NSI.
I mean, yeah. Then obviously there's all the cool places that you can go to Turkey, and the Hagia Sophia Mosque and Blue Mosque. They're obviously opposite to each other, and you know there's boats पे आप जा सकते हो, boat ride करने, ferry ride करने आप जा सकते हो, and but you know I think मेरे लिए the best thing about Turkey, obviously apart from the culture and the art, and you know हर जगह tattoo parlors होते हैं, and I didn't get a tattoo. But I did want to.
That counts.
Was like.
But obviously, you have to look at your Sawab Index.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite thing was the food for sure. Like, okay, a lot of people I've seen online, like mostly Pakistanis, saying, "Oh, मुझे खाना पसंद नहीं आता." I don't think they went for the right food at all. Especially like breakfast is like the best thing over there. Like, मतलब के I definitely think there's this one place I went to that I want to even mention. It's called I don't know how to say it exactly, but it's Doya Sea's Gourmet. I'll write it down for you.
Yeah, okay.
It like I genuinely like was stoned after that breakfast. Like मुझे इतना मजा आया था. And I mean, okay, you guys know what Turkish breakfasts are, right?
Yep.
Mostly. Like it's centered around like a egg dish called a menemen, and then uske around there's like you know jams and you know vegetables and olives and cheeses, like lots of amazing cheeses and amazing breads. Like I've seen so many varieties of breads in Turkey. It's nuts.
Bread game, bro. Turkish Airlines mein one of the highlights was that Turkish Airlines mein I liked the bread, and somehow it seems like it's fresh, which is not possible because jahaz mein. But like compared to other airlines, like bro, kaise?
Yeah, one thing that I found out about breads over there is like यहाँ पे the wheat that we use is still like you know GMOs and all of that. That's rampant in Pakistan.
Okay.
But over there, the wheat, I found this out from actually a vlog that when we were doing our research for Turkey. Okay, the wheat over there is 2,000 years old or wohi abhi tak. like grounds or zameenein chal rahi hain, and they haven't really
What?
tampered
Like
with
as
that
in
shit yet.
the strain of the wheat,
The
not
strain,
the actual.
so they haven't really like added those pesticides or those GMOs to those to that wheat crop. So that's why it's the most purest form of wheat. So like someone like me who's like I have some gluten intolerances, I did not have a problem having the bread over there at
सब
all.
फोड़ लिया.
Like and हद से ज़्यादा, like, and I didn't have any
लोग
bloating
परेशान
or
हो गए. Sir,
anything.
please.
Yeah. No. I did damage to breakfast places over there for sure.
I thought he said I did damage to the wheat crops.
उतार के घर ले आए पाकिस्तान.
अब
Why
चलो नहीं बनेगा.
is there a lag? I
I
feel
would
like
have
there's a bit of a lag.
There's a bit of a
definitely
lag,
gotten, like, if I had enough space, I'd probably get boris full of atta from there. It's the best. उसके अलावा obviously उनके कबाब बहुत अच्छे होते हैं. Like the quality of meat over there is just wonderful. They even have their own version of kebab rolls. That,
Nice.
and like there's some with like rotis, but there's some with paratha as well.
Okay.
And the thing is, their vegetables are so like genuinely fucking juicy and like you don't need any like wo jo garlic mayo and chutney and all that, because it's just genuinely so rich with flavor.
Yeah.
Just their vegetables.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, their local produce is just game hai uski.
Bro, Pakistan mein na, one thing I've noticed ever since I left Pakistan, and when I come back to it, Pakistan mein अच्छे से अच्छा खाना जो है ना, like at the fanciest restaurants and everything,
Yeah.
that will still be let down just by just the quality of our
Yeah.
food. वो flavor जितना भी डाल दो, जितना complex, जितना महंगा, if it's local produce, quality is not as good, and it should be considering we're so agricultural. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the common thing that a lot of people say about this is कि पाकिस्तान हमारा अच्छा वाला produce सब export कर देता है. Is that true or like?
I mean, people say it enough. एक चीज हुई थी. I remember when I used to live in Karachi, there was a national citrus expo or something. PTV पे आ रहा था, and they had like, you know, piles of fucking oranges or ये वो. And I saw things there like blood oranges and shit, जो कि I had never seen in the market. So my dad was like, हाँ ये सब चला जाता है, which does make sense then, because there were so many हमारे घर तो किन्नू आते हैं, बस यही किन्नू है और यही थे और यही होंगे, but over there they had like 18 varieties or some shit. I'm like, where the fuck is this? But apparently
I went to a farm in Khanpur once to pick up blood oranges, and like they're not selling them anywhere. They're just there, and you just can, if you want to go and pick them up, fine.
Yeah.
But you won't find them in the market.
I mean, this sort of stuff happens with, I think, I don't know about wheat, but sugar के साथ तो हुआ ही था ना कि we exported all the sugar और मुल्क में नहीं था.
But about blood oranges, so I remember growing up Dubai में my dad used to get blood oranges a lot, और वो होते थे पाकिस्तान से.
Yeah.
और Lahore में I've never seen them. So yeah, that is yeah.
So I guess it is true. Maybe we do have good produce, and either it's not possible to get it, yeah, they don't want people to get it क्योंकि पैसे कम बनेंगे. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. But in any case, वो जो use हो रहा है, that's not good.
लेकिन अगर we put enough sanctions on Pakistan और सारा कुछ दुनिया से cut off हो गया, तो फिर शायद, you know, like,
we're almost there. We're almost there.
Some hate crimes करते हैं हम जरा. खाने को अच्छा मिलेगा.
मजीद.
A basic thing I remember is at one point in time मुझे McDonald's का cheeseburger बहुत पसंद था. जब मैं अबू धाबी में था, I would eat like fucking loads.
Yeah, it was सस्ता.
And also it's like very satisfying in that small package.
Yeah, with that
one pickle.
That tomato sauce, one pickle.
तो I remember मैं बड़े मजे से फिर मैं एक दफा विजिट कर रहा था और मैं CVU गया and I got the cheeseburger और अंदर का सामान was all fine. The disappointing thing was the bun. The bun was like dry, and I was like, "It's का bun ही तो इतना soft होता है." And I was like, "Oh, maybe Pakistan का shit scene है." But खैर Nadir, coming back to your shit, बिल्कुल आप सही कह रहे हैं कि हमारा produce का scene is not good, and I'm sure Turkey's is much better.
I mean, acha khair. Anyway, apart from the food, I felt like another, thing that you can compare is that culture Turkey का बहुत पुराना है. Like history बहुत है वहाँ पे.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is that we've kind of like cut ourselves off of all our Indian culture that we were part of, and I felt like, Turkey still has kind of like celebrated their, Roman Empire se leke, all the Christian culture that they used to have and
Yeah.
everything, and they're celebrating it, and so there's a lot of really cool, like, museums and palaces and all that we went to. Ottoman Empire se leke, Greek लोगों से लेके Roman Empire से लेके,
Wow.
there's a lot of good stuff over there that we can see, and like there's obviously in some places they don't even know like क्यों है यहाँ पे या story क्या है, but they kind of just make up stories and say कि अच्छा ये this is the reason why. I felt that in Cappadocia there are a lot of places जहाँ पे obviously Cappadocia is like a cave like शहर, like caves and ज़्यादातर वहाँ पे, and
Okay.
there were lots like churches which were in the same plaza. So there were like 4 churches in like a space smaller than a kilometer square.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, kyun ho raha hai? And they're like, I don't know, it's just and these were all the way back to like 500 AD. So it was, and उसमें proper like pictures बनाई हुई थी, ceiling wall type की चीजें बनाई हुई थी. खैर, anyway, let's go back to our chronology. So we were in Istanbul for about 5 में, and then we went to this little town called Bodrum.
Okay.
So Bodrum is a another city by the sea, and it's a tourist town as well. But it's I think mostly ज़्यादातर वहाँ पे British लोग जाते हैं. So like a lot of the locals over there also speak English with a with a British accent. So
How weird.
and I mean they'll have their Turkish accent in there as well. The T and the D's aren't pronounced like so T and D करके बोलेंगे.
Wow.
But
Sounds like lumps. Asha.
what? But मतलब कि it's I mean it's a little expensive, like
Okay.
if you compare it to the rest of Turkey, that place, I mean obviously it's a tourist town. वहाँ पे लोग
What is the currency conversion अभी जब तुम गए थे lira और rupee का?
okay, by the way, it changed a lot while I was there, because there was something that was going on. Like I think the president of Turkey, his son-in-law was the finance minister while we were there, and the dollar rate was going down like बहुत ज़्यादा. So I think while we were there, it went up to around 8.6 Turkish lira per dollar, right?
Okay.
And by the time and somewhere in the middle got fired from his post, and someone new came in, and while that happened, it went up to 7.5. So our we had dollars with us, and exchange may like we got a lot and very less as well. So almost 100 TL का फर्क पड़ा है हमारे while we've been there.
Yeah.
So yeah, khair. So like Bodrum is definitely the most expensive place over there. But again, another like really cool place that I want to mention for food is this place called Mudavim. Mudavim Bodrum was उसमें वही like someone who like Rizwan, someone who likes Middle Eastern food, like Turkey is also very meze based, okay, something happened.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Should we
Okay.
break?
I think you can continue.
Continue.
Rizwan on
Okay,
the
so
phone.
मजे की बात
it's
हो रही
very
थी.
it's very meze based. It's got a lot of all those Greek Greek yogurts and hummuses and क्या कहते हैं उसको जो चीज होती है Arabic वाली क्या होती है? Halloumi, yeah. So
Halloumi
and parsley and all that. So it's very like their produce is like on the front always.
Wow,
man.
It's all they definitely are very proud of their produce and they show it off even with the way that they make their food. So that was actually the first meal we had when we went to Bodrum in Bodrum, and we were definitely blown away. It was great. They've got lots of really cool, like, okay, our hotel room, like as soon as we enter, like there's this huge window right in front and there's just the sea. Like, it was beautiful. Picture included.
Yeah.
And मतलब कि खैर उसके अलावा there was some great like bars by the seashore and restaurants by the seashore, cafes by the seashore. It was just you could just like put your feet in the water and have a cup of coffee. It was beautiful. And उसके बिल्कुल shore के ऊपर जहाँ पे हम थे, that was the heart of Bodrum where we were staying, and the name of our hotel was Bach Pensions, if anyone wants to know. But बिल्कुल shore पे there's this Saint क्या था? Passion.
Parkpassion.net.
Correct. So वहाँ पे वही at the seashore there's this really cool castle called the Saint Peter's Castle, and it's got like relics all the way until the Greek period. But it's also got this underwater museum of like basically a museum of stuff that they excavated inside the sea. So like ships and all sorts of ships and shit. Scuba gear from like 500 years ago and
Whoa, तब होता था scuba gear. What the fuck? क्या पहनते थे? पत्थर का helmet.
अजीब से helmets and yeah. So
wow.
I mean, so yeah, there's all this Roman like stuff that they have, and they have Greek stuff, but like I think the most lavish things that I found were like stuff from the Ottoman Empire. They really went all out, like China se cheezein aa rahi hain, Europe se cheezein ban ke aa rahi hain, and like grand AF, like har cheez ko like super grand banate the, like all their palaces वगैरह वो मतलब के मतलब काफी like intensely like पैसे इस्तेमाल करते थे on
Can you buy any of the stuff?
Bro, मतलब they're museums.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, yeah,
तो question तो valid है. अच्छा.
Anyway.
नहीं bro, reviews अच्छे नहीं है ना लेना.
I think क्या कह रहा था मैं yeah. So I think जो सबसे like cool, like going back to Turkey just a minute because I'm दो बातें मिला रहा हूँ. Topkapi Palace is like by the way, Topkapi Palace is the place जहाँ पे Hazur Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam का footprint भी है and Moses का stuff and everything. Yeah. When I went into that little museum, मेरी heart गई. It was like I don't know. It's just the vibe over there.
Yeah.
It's really got like the hair of the prophet from his beard, and
there's a very Islamic museum bhi to hai na, Islamic history. Is that the thing you're talking about?
That's the thing I'm talking about. Yeah. And with Topkapi Palace ke andar hai, so basically the king from that time like preserved all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Because Ottoman Empire isko bhi cover karta tha na, Saudi or Makkah, and they had the keys to the Kaaba and all of that stuff.
So these are things probably collected like geographically on areas say and
brought back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like Ali said, the keys to the Kaaba and lots of swords from that time. The Hazrat Ali ki sword thi, Hazrat Umar ki sword thi, Hazrat Abu Bakr ki sword thi, Prophet ki sword thi. There was Bibi Fatma's clothes.
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, Ali Imran was mentioning that. Yeah.
Wow, man, that's crazy. Yeah.
Like even when you look at like Moses's staff, like it seems like, I mean, obviously it seems like a staff, but it seems so unassuming. It's like this thing was the one that split the sea. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Wow.
so, like,
You feel the weight of history.
Oh
there.
yeah, definitely. So you know, and then obviously the people who read any Alif Shafak, they'll know that, you know, कि there's lots of like cool, like for example Sinan एक architect होता था वहाँ का, उसके भी mosques like बड़े जबरदस्त किस्म के, like जो 9 साल लगे थे बनाने के लिए. There's some mosques that took like almost 50 years to make, obviously because of bad planning, but but नहीं, काफी grand scene है वहाँ का, like in terms of like decor and, you know, just square footage, I guess, when it comes to how much they like to use stuff, especially in the Ottoman Empire. So anyway, from Bodrum is, say, there's I would suggest don't go more than a couple of days to Bodrum. It's a tourist town. There, you know, everything's going to be more expensive, but
you'll get boredom.
काट दूंगा ये मैं.
शर्मा भी रहा है कुछ शर्मा रहा है बोल के.
अब तुम्हारा वीजा लगेगा ही नहीं, तुम करते रहो.
I'm really glad Rizwan said it, because I was gonna say it.
I think after that we went to, where did we go to after that? Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing to mention is the San Sebastian cheesecake in Bodrum. It's the best thing that I've ever had.
The burnt cheesecake.
Burnt cheesecake. I don't remember the name. I'll mention the name to Ali later on. I have it written in my phone. So.
Yep.
But yeah, uske baad another food to mention is a pide. Do you know a pide? Is
are you reading from notes?
Yeah, bro, he made notes.
Wow, that is nice.
Yeah. So pide is basically like a Turkish pizza. So it's shaped like a boat, but it's got like cheese and mushroom and meat and stuff in it.
Like a fatayr. Okay.
I guess. Yeah. But it's this is like shaped like a vagina, like a
great
long sort of ovular.
ऐसे नहीं तो आप ऐसे खा लें. खैर,
Anyway,
यार उसको कोई शोरबे में डाल के क्या पीते का शोरबा.
Anyway, so next we went to Pammukale. Pammukale is a very, like, it's a gaon, honestly. The only cool thing over there is that it's got these huge like calcium का एक hill है पूरा वहाँ पे.
Oh yeah.
And वहाँ पे like पानी वगैरह, you know, जो भी बनता है.
Ponds.
So and there's obviously a lot of Roman architecture as well around there. There's a huge amphitheater and, you know, museum वगैरह वहाँ पे. So the reason we went there was mostly for that calcium hill in Pammukale.
Is there like a hot spring or something there?
वही hot spring, वो thermal pool वगैरह. We swam in the thermal pool as well.
तुम गए अंदर.
Yeah, so that's I mean, एक दिन से ज़्यादा ना गुजारो वहाँ पे. It's
question for Sir Khail and Nadir, which is something I have often wondered about. ये hot springs वगैरह जो होते हैं, Sir Khail, तुमने आइसलैंड में डुबकी लगाई थी, ये ट्रैकिंग में क्या था? How hot is that shit? Like, is it like unbearably hot? Yeah.
नहीं, it's like garam pani.
It's like perfect, like maybe like just less than a jacuzzi, or sometimes almost like a jacuzzi. Yeah.
Can you like get into it jaldi se, or you have to slowly step
you can get into it. You can get into it jaldi se. There are areas where, at least in Iceland, there were areas where the water was being pumped in through the pumps where it was a little warmer.
Okay.
And if you were in that area, you would feel like a lot more hot water. But then it's okay, it's fine.
What about you?
Yeah, I agree. That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's we're not the gaon Pammukale. Even the hotel was it was all right.
Keep shitting on this place.
There's no cantonment वहाँ पे.
Yes, throwback to Rizwan's trip.
There was no McDonald's there.
If you want to know what this is about, what episode देखें आप जरा. Yeah.
Anyway, so next we went to Antalya. So the only like comparison I can make is like if Istanbul is like Karachi, Antalya is like Lahore.
Well,
but the only difference is I mean in terms of like scale and in terms of Antalya is also by the sea, by the way, and it's got a lot of hills and mountains. So there's like amazing views of the sea and the coast and that you can get over there. वहाँ पे shopping भी अच्छी खासी हो जाती है, सस्ती हो जाती है. But we didn't really do much over there.
What kind of shopping
like वो कपड़े वगैरह मिल जाते हैं वहाँ पे and like handicraft. I mean honestly like Turkey में handicrafts का scene काफी होता है. Like ceramics mostly they're very good at. We got a lot of handicrafts as well actually from Turkey, ceramic based. And they have like the really purane zamane ke systems of making these ceramic items, like their painting techniques vagara that they're still using. So they do this one sort of pointillism type way of painting in their ceramics, and it's basically they just take a brush or points करके पूरी चीज बना लेते हैं. So it's बहुत बारीक काम होता है, बहुत मेहनत से बनता है और बहुत महंगी भी चीजें होती हैं अक्सर.
I guess because अब तो labor के साथ I guess जितना time लगेगा, जितनी skill required, it just gets
especially
pricey.
in this time, like in the modern time, people don't want to do that kind of work. They want to do stuff that jaldi ho jaye and stuff like that. So it's becoming a lost art in a way. But there still were places over there. Like we went on this tour where they took us to this ceramics ka pura factory, and they showed us ke ye cheezein banate hain. And there's some really interesting stories for there as well. Like obviously wine country we are like Cappadocia is a place which is wine country actually. So they have like specific ceramics made for wine as well, which were pretty interesting, cool, very expensive looking. So and these like techniques range back at least 600-700 years old. So
wow,
even the mullahs take that away from them, because like itni purani cheez hai, so like families have learned it over the years. So anyway, so Antalya, so Antalya we were in near Hadrian's Gate is like old city over there. And it's got a bit of like Purana Zamana, Roman times ka zyadatar wahan pe tha. Obviously like main काफी अपने point of view से बता रहा हूँ, so a lot of like the information might not be accurate. So like sorry, but khair, anyway. वहाँ पे swimming मैंने की थी in the sea. I swam in the sea. It's the coast is, I mean, even though we were there like in November, like it was still good enough for us to swim in. It wasn't that cold. I think
How cold was it? That's a good thing. How cold was it generally in all these places that you've been to?
I think the coldest we found was in Cappadocia.
Okay.
Went down to like, because we had to wake up early in the morning for a balloon ride.
Right.
We went down to -2 over there.
Oh, okay, that is pretty cold. Yeah.
But in the daytime, it was like 18-19. It is.
Okay.
18-19 tak tha in the daytime. So, yeah.
Okay.
But that was the coldest. I think that Istanbul was the second coldest, but it wasn't as cold as Islamabad is right now when we came back. So it was still pretty bearable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually, if you want a range, it was usually between the coldest would be like 9 and the warmest was like 25. So
Oh,
Okay,
lovely.
25 is decently warm, but yeah, okay.
yeah, 9. Yeah. Anyway, so then we went to Konya from Antalya. Konya is obviously the city of Rumi, and if I obviously wanted to go there because I read 40 Rules of Love,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
and and basically we went to this really amazing hotel. We got this hotel again from Airbnb, and it was called Araf Hotel, and it was a very like artsy, boutique sort of hotel. I can show you pictures, very colorful, very, and we even got like this nice incense from there, which like हमने अपने घर में लगा लिया. Not stop laughing, this one.
Yeah.
I said incense.
Yeah.
खैर तो वो काफी fit था. It was like 180 meters away from the Mavlana Museum, the
Okay.
Rumi's museum.
Okay.
That's where he's buried. That's where his father is buried, and they also have a Allama Iqbal ka bhi ek, they put a tomb over there. So,
Oh, honorary. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, honorary tomb. So that was pretty cool. That was also
It's called a tomb if he's not buried there. I think it's called something else.
पता नहीं जो भी है वो एक वो लगाया
मकबरा
हुआ है.
टाइप बनाया हुआ है उन्होंने. हाँ.
Why though?
There's a
Respect, bro. अल्लामा इकबाल की नाम की सड़कें हैं in Germany.
Like
Yeah, he was a big deal. कभी कभी इज्जत करते थे लोग हमारी, और हम भी I guess कभी हम करते थे इज्जत की लायक चीजें.
I was reading somewhere that he was known as Allama Iqbal yahan, but in other places he was known as Iqbal Lahori.
That would make sense.
Although he was from Sialkot, but he was like he grew up in Lahore. And
Yeah, Lahore mein his tomb is also there in Lahore. Yeah. Allama is a very Persian type word also, na? Arabic, Persian type. Makes sense. Ji Nadir.
Anyway,
Back to you.
so that was definitely like I don't regret going to Konya for Rumi's museum. It was a good
You've
experience.
mentioned all these hotels and places that you stayed and that they were nice. Did you see कि आजकल के हालात में जो तुम गए थे, did you get like any? Did you think the prices and the rates you got were good or ऐसे ही होती हैं?
We got some very good prices actually. I think the most expensive in Pakistani rupees that we got was 12,000
Okay.
per night, and the cheapest that we got was something like what would $18 be? Well, whatever, $18.
like 3,000 rupees.
Yeah, per night. Yeah.
Wow.
That was the last place that we were staying at in Istanbul. So
In Istanbul you got for that cheap.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
And it was a decent place. Like they weren't like
No.
closets. Achha.
It was so like all the other places that we went to, we got breakfast included. This was the only place we didn't get breakfast included.
ठीक है. ठीक है.
Yeah.
And what was the rush ka level like?
Rush tha, but मतलब कि it was not bearable. It wasn't like usually we've heard whenever people go to the Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque, lambi लाइनें लगी होती. This was still off season. On season is obviously like the summer and until like let's say September, mid to late September. So this was still like, because of it started to get a little cold, so people stopped coming, but it wasn't that cold. It was still like bearable. It was like we had a good time. It wasn't like we couldn't get out of the room and stuff. We walked a lot over there. Like we were averaging at least like 15 to 20,000 steps per day over there.
Per day.
That's
Holy
good.
shit.
Per day.
That means like there's a lot to do, a lot to see, and you're doing stuff. Yeah, that's great
for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Konya.
Yeah, where were we? We were in Konya. Yeah. Okay. So one more thing in Konya, the food wise, I even sent you this picture in our WhatsApp group. There's this thing called the which is like इतना लंबा एक pizza type.
Yeah.
Yeah, pizza type चीज होती है, which is literally like I think 3.5-4 feet की एक लंबी सी चीज होती है और वो आराम से एक बंदा खा लेता है.
Oh,
It's
Wow.
yeah, it's like it's really thin crust
Acha.
and like it's got like keema ka ek mixture with spices and stuff like that. And it's really light. It's really nice to eat. And obviously there जो national drink type की चीज होती है ayran, which is like a lassi, उसके साथ खाओ काफी fit होता है वो.
Fit होता है. Okay.
Yeah. So that's something that I can even link you the specific restaurant that's most famous over there for
Okay.
it. और काफी सस्ता भी था ये, like food wise, price wise also. I think in terms of like money spent, I think we spent like we definitely spend a lot more money for food here in Pakistan in restaurants than we would in anywhere in Turkey. Turkey mein like kafi sasti restaurant shopping हुई थी.
So what we're saying is that the food there quality भी बेहतर है और prices भी कम है.
Yeah, prices become yeah.
Like is it
like
noticeably कम या थोड़ा कम?
No, not noticeably come. Like for example, the most expensive meal that I had there was probably equivalent to like for the two of us was probably equivalent to 5,000 rupees. The most expensive, and this is the most lavish that we've gone. But usually like 1800, 1500 mein aaram se, like if we go to a coffee shop, 800 rupees, 700 rupees mein coffee and a cake, 2 coffees and a cake.
Yeah, that is good.
For 2, 800 rupees mein.
Wow.
So yeah, so it was pretty cheap. Like
Yeah, Nadir, I think I have to ask you this because it's something that I really believe in. So,
Right.
did you get to try KFC anywhere in Turkey?
I did not try KFC, but I did go to Popeye's chicken.
Okay, good.
Arguably the better one, but we will not say this out loud.
Yeah. Nice. Was that good?
I mean, I went to Popeye's because I hadn't had their sandwich yet.
Okay.
It was okay.
The new one, right? Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Coming
I
back
think
They
from
just launched that today here in Dubai as well.
जो सरखेल ने कल खुद बनाया था.
हाँ,
Yeah.
जो सरखेल ने कल बनाया था.
coming back from पाकिस्तान, मैं और बसमा जो थे हमने टर्की के एयरपोर्ट पे पापास खाया था और हमारा शदीद पेट खराब हुआ था. But that's not, I think, their fault. It's also our fault because a lot of the stuff there had been sitting for a while. Like the racks were full. And that's never a good time to get shit. तो उन्होंने वहीं से उठा के हमें दे दिया. And काफी हमारा पेट खराब होता. But overall, it was not a bad experience. Popeyes is a very nice place.
थोड़ी सी पालक खा लेते उसके बाद, bro. Like
शर्ट फट जाती. So okay. जी Nadir, sorry for distracting you with our bullshit again.
Yeah.
के बाद Konya के बाद obviously we went to Cappadocia. Konya is like a 1-day stay also. Don't go there for more than a day. Just go for the Shams and the Rumi pilgrimage that you have to do.
Yeah.
And that's more than enough. Otherwise, it's like there's a lot of people who live there. There's a lot of industry over there. Uske baad, obviously, Cappadocia is definitely, if you're a tourist, you should definitely go to Cappadocia. And
That's
you should
the balloon
stay
place.
at least 3 days. You should go there.
What? 3 days?
3 days at least.
Wow.
In a balloon. Stay inside a balloon for 3 days.
I mean, the balloon itself is like an hour long. But and that's usually subah, I think Fajr ke fawran baad you go up in the air.
Okay.
How do they land it? Oh, they reduce the arc.
Yeah.
You get out, there's a helicopter and you jump into the helicopter और वो land होता है, then the balloon goes away. The balloons are disposable.
You pull the balloon.
वो छोटी सी सुई लगाते हैं उसके अंदर और फिर उसकी सी हवा निकल जाती है और फिर आप land होते हैं. Simple.
Okay, these are all right answers.
Sorry, Nadir.
Anyway,
Actually,
so
but I've seen in like old movies and stuff, like while taking off, वो क्या sandbags वगैरह होते हैं that they throw out.
Yeah,
Like,
ballast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the balloon to fly away before you're ready. So you weigh
I
it
don't
down.
know. हमारे साथ तो नहीं था ये. I think they
They're
must
probably
have
ready. हाँ मतलब उनको तो yeah.
उन्हें
Submarines
लोग
में भी
फेंक
होता
दिए.
है.
They were throwing people out. They were like, yeah. You should
probably
take
the
new
off.
the
technology
operator
or
jumps out. अब फिर आप संभालें.
Bro, was it scary? Because I know I'd be shit scared.
Oh yeah, guys.
Yeah,
I'd be scared. Yeah.
Sarkhail is extremely afraid of heights to the point कि अगर आप इसको
I'm afraid of
ऊंची
heights.
ऊंची वीडियो भेजें तो ये गालियां देता है आपको text में.
before like before I went on the balloon, I think I remember Sakil saying something like bro na jao or something like that. But I think we went up to about 750 meters according to the thing. Yeah. And
That's close to Burj Khalifa, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Burj Khalifa is maybe 800.
Like it was definitely like a beautiful experience, especially because of the landscape of Cappadocia, the way it is. Like you definitely want to do the balloon, even though like a friend of mine said, "Ha, chale jao, bas sahi hai, overrated." It's not overrated. It's
Like what would be more rated than this? जहाज में देखी? What the fuck? कैसी बात है?
exactly.
अच्छा.
यार एक तो लोगों के
think-
travel opinions ना मतलब
Yeah, like वही एक तो खाने का scene था. I don't know why people
yeah.
said khana is bad there. I love the food.
Yeah, because Pakistanis in
Quality.
general have no taste. उनको मिर्चें चाहिए, तेल गिर रहा हो उसमें से.
I think it's similar to when people who go to the UAE move to the UAE and they eat mandi, UAE wali mandi for the first time. सब यार ये तो फीके चावल हैं यार हमारे यहाँ बिरयानी को bro fuck बिरयानी मतलब it's अच्छी है बिरयानी but it's not a lifestyle और you know और भी खाने हैं and मिर्चों के अलावा भी दुनिया है. I think that's mainly the complaint.
Maybe.
Yeah. वो उनके कबाब देखते होंगे टर्किश वाले हाँ हमारे सीख कबाब इससे बेहतर हैं
हमारे प्यारी कबाब.
Yeah, I mean खैर
Anyway, so I think acha, again coming back to the balloon, the landscape के बारे में मैं बात कर रहा था. Cappadocia is basically like it was a hotbed for volcanoes about 1,000 years ago. So like there are lots of like like there's a lot of like lava that's formed into lots of little hills, and they call them fairy hills because they're just patli like conical sort of hills.
Oh right okay I think I've seen pictures of these. Acha.
Yeah, and usi can so basically I don't balsamic is something else, but B से कोई stone का नाम होता है, and basically there's soft stone and hard stone.
Yeah.
Basalt.
Basalt. Yes Sahil.
Oh, I thought Mike दूर था यहाँ.
तो वो उनके साथ मिलके I think they made caves out of it, and usually usually कह रहा हूँ the Turks from that area all migrated to Cappadocia and started making caves over there when the Ottoman Empire sort of came to Turkey to escape from the Muslims. Okay, यहाँ पे they're gonna come and they're gonna try to so they were kind of hiding in Cappadocia. Okay, we want to keep our Christian beliefs, so we're gonna so there's lots of like churches over there and stuff. वही जो मैं बात पहले बोल रहा था ना कि there was a bunch of churches एक ही जगह पे in caves.
Right.
So
and is the hot air balloon thing only in Cappadocia या कहीं और भी होता है टर्की में?
यहाँ पामकाले में बताया था ना जहाँ पे वो कैल्शियम हिल्स है वहाँ पे भी होते हैं, but it's not as good looking as it is in Cappadocia because of the landscape over there. So yeah.
And how much does it cost, and is it like hard to reserve a place or something?
Well, I mean, obviously I definitely would urge that you do it beforehand. हमने online किया था and it cost us around $100 per person.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It
It's
is
not
expensive.
cheap.
It's not cheap. It is expensive. People like if you go to Pammukale, it's cheaper over there. You can get it for like $70-$80 तक भी हो सकता है. even in Cappadocia, you can get it cheaper if it's off season.
Achha.
But like you want to go to have the right experience, So I booked this online and
How many people do they fit in one balloon?
actually that was actually pretty interesting because we had like I think 25 people in our balloon.
Oh,
What?
It's a big balloon. Holy shit.
No,
So
balloon में नहीं
basically-
basket में बैठते हैं, but
The basket which had compartments in it.
कमरे बने हुए थे.
हाँ, so
Bed space.
small compartments with, like
Yeah.
two
Wow.
four type compartments and एक compartment में कोई 3 लोग होते थे.
Wow. So it's a
Okay.
big basket.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just thinking कि 2-3-4 लोगों के
लोग.
size वाली.
maximum 6 maybe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, this
So-
is
Oh yeah.
और उनसे भी 100 ले रहे हैं. So मतलब that's like
wow, man.
$2,000 per balloon ride.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right after the balloon ride, this guy is like, he had like a hero camera and he was like, okay, we have like hero camera ki bhi footage. So who wants to buy it? There was an awkward silence for a good like 5 minutes because he kept asking and everyone was like looking away. Bro,
How much
मैंने
was he offering it for?
पैसे इस्तेमाल किए हैं to just get on this balloon. You want me to pay for footage now as well?
You know,
Right.
that is what they do at Burj Khalifa at the top. Something similar. Like it's called at the top, right? उनका जो observation deck है. So you pay जितना भी like 200 dirham or something to go to the top. और उसमें जाने से पहले before you enter the elevator, वो आपको खड़ा करके ग्रीन स्क्रीन के आगे एक फोटो लेते हैं आप.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and उसमें वो बैकग्राउंड में like पूरा cityscape in Dubai or something. And then when you exit, you come back down, they give it to you. They give you the photo in a cardboard का frame बना हुआ. And you're like, wow, okay, like that's nice. And then at the last exit point, they're like, this is for 50 dirhams or something.
Oh, मतलब वो हाथ में दे देते हैं without telling you
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you're supposed to
Yep.
pay for it.
It's nothing. You get it and you like enjoy it for a few seconds and you're like, okay.
उसकी तस्वीर
और
ले.
exit पे.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah.
And can you get away with it? Like उनसे कहो कि अच्छा नहीं ये ले वापस.
Bro, I'm sure like CID will tackle you or something. कुछ हो जाएगा. सीधा ऊपर से फेंक देंगे वो नीचे.
Let's go one more time. Go back.
Nadir, how expensive were the photos he was offering, the hero wale?
I think it was like 150
Don't say.
TL.
No, अच्छा TL. अच्छा, okay.
Okay.
Timelines.
Yeah, 30 euros, dollars, I guess. $20.
150 150 times 20 क्या होगा?
150 times 3,000.
हाँ, so 3,000 rupees.
What's 150? Okay,
150.
20 per TL. 20 rupees per TL.
Okay.
Yeah.
चलो.
हाँ, so yeah, Cappadocia obviously fit scene था. वहाँ पे हमने I went on tour over there as well. वहाँ पे ATVs riding भी होती
Oh,
है.
nice.
Yeah, in the desert and yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do. The food is okay. It's not amazing like all the other places.
The main thing, I suppose, is yahi balloon scene.
The tourist stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Also wine country, you can go for a wine tour as well.
Right.
They've got different flavored
That's
wines.
not for us, like being Muslims.
If you're white. Only if you're white.
Or Christians.
नहीं वो भी सिर्फ white. If you're brown Christian, still not allowed.
Okay. So they had really interesting concoctions of wines as well. They had like pomegranate wines and strawberry wines
Right.
All very, very interesting.
तुमने तो सिर्फ देखी, of course. Yeah.
मैंने देखी, obviously वहाँ पे दुकानें में पड़ी होती हैं. मैं तो groceries लेने गया था.
हाँ.
तो
Yeah.
chocolate वगैरह.
Chocolate. बेटा groceries में क्या लाए हो? Chocolate. Get the fuck out.
2 लीटर चॉकलेट लाया हूँ.
चॉकलेट का सालन बनेगा आज.
और क्या था, and obviously like I said वहाँ पे Cappadocia में pottery भी का भी scene था. We went to a
Is it
pottery
because
factory.
of the lava clay situation?
Yes, they have they have 2 or 3 different kinds of clay over there because of this lava.
Nice.
Specifically Cappadocia से जो pottery आती है, that's also very again celebrated. तो वहाँ पे even their designs are very specific to the region of the the bowl shows जो भी होते हैं and everything. Anyway, तो yeah, I think I covered most things. I think for a tourist, I feel like I didn't have much of a language problem over there.
Okay.
Most people knew how to like somewhat have like कुछ ना कुछ English में बोल सकते थे, but I still did some like basic Turkish things. Like a lot of people फिर भी नहीं बोल सकते थे, but you had to communicate somehow. So like obviously stuff like their thank you and please and check please and hello and all of that मैं फिर भी toilet का है all of that I kind of learned.
Oh वहाँ Muslim showers होते हैं कि नहीं?
Oh bro, that's the best part about Turkey, by the way. One of the best parts, at least. They have bidets in all the toilets, and they're amazing bidets. Like I think it's better than having a Muslim shower. I wish I.
Yeah, but isn't it a bit of an extra effort to lift your ass up from one and put it onto the other?
No. It's
built into the toilet.
Yeah.
Built into the. Okay. Oh, that's fine. I apologize.
I know, like, for a new Pakistani asshole, like.
Yeah.
Shout out. अच्छा तो उसमें मतलब सफाई वाली वाइब आ जाती है.
Definitely. Like and the pressure and everything is just perfect.
Yeah, लेकिन कभी-कभी like actually most of the time when I'm traveling मुझे काफी sticky potty आती है, तो काफी मुश्किल हो जाती होगी यार, like.
नहीं bro.
That sounds like a you problem. तू अपनी कमोड ले जाएंगे. नहीं मैं लाया हूँ.
You should have brought this up in the. You should have brought this up in the other section. Where we discuss issues. Now it's not the time.
Imagine showing up to like a bathroom.
Guys, I have more questions, Nadir.
Okay, go
ahead. How were all your beds? Did you get comfortable beds?
Before the question, Nadir, is Cappadocia the last stop in your?
Yeah, we went to Istanbul right after. So I definitely recommend. I mean, obviously, you have to go back to Istanbul to take an international flight, but go back and stay for another 2 days in Istanbul to like वहाँ पे क्योंकि Turkey, Istanbul में और फिर चीजें हैं to do before you leave, especially shopping के point of view. So there's the Grand Bazaar over there, which is like a 200 or so year old covered bazaar, which has like lots of interesting things to buy, like sweets, spices, clothes. There's a lot of things to check out over there. Leather वहाँ पे काफी fit scene है उसका. So so definitely go back to Istanbul and finish your shopping once you're done with all the other places.
Okay. Dear one.
Yeah.
Go.
Question section.
Yeah, I was just asking, were all your beds comfortable in the hotels that you stayed at?
Yeah, they were comfortable. I didn't find any uncomfortable beds. Yeah, they were all very, very good and clean sheets and all that. And obviously, everyone was doing the whole COVID, SOPs and everything.
Okay.
So even though like वो था, मगर it still seemed like वहाँ पे COVID नहीं था, because like everyone was wearing masks. Everyone is very strict about that. Even if you go to a shop. And someone has ये वाला जो scene करते हैं ना, नाक बाहर निकालते हैं, they're like, bro, please don't come in here. Everyone like whenever you enter a shop, they'll check your temperature. So
okay.
yeah, so that's definitely something that they were very strict about. Otherwise, when remember when I told you that Istanbul pe we went to on a boat, ferry पे जब हम गए थे, there like वहाँ पे 6 foot distance वाला scene नहीं था. So
Balloon pe bhi nahi,
uh,
apparently.
कहाँ पे?
Yeah.
In the balloon.
हाँ balloon पे भी नहीं था. So but even in the I think the buses when we basically were traveling between cities on buses. So
Yeah.
buses पे there was a seat छोड़ के they were keeping people even in the planes actually
Nice.
days. So other than that, you know, it was pretty open, but they're generally I feel like, you know, Pakistan se zyada they're more strict when it comes to the SOP situation for sure.
Did you have to get tested before flying back to
I did.
Pakistan?
I had to get tested 96 hours before the flight, and there were
Yeah.
specific, I think, airline के हिसाब से specific places where you can get them done. I got it done from Aga Khan. That's the Qatar Airways ka,
No. Did you have to
Oh,
get a
nahi,
test? वापसी
in
की
like
तरफ?
Turkey.
No, not in Turkey. Coming back to Pakistan, you don't need to do it.
Okay.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
How were the Turkish people? Everyone talks about how much they're obsessed with Pakistanis or अलग से ख्याल रखते हैं. What, did you get any of that vibe? Yeah, were they just
Obsessed?
generally nice?
नहीं. They were generally nice. There were just a few people, obviously, जो con artists वगैरह थे, who were बदतमीज. But other than that, like people were like, you know, whenever we mentioned Pakistan, they'd be like, oh, brother country, ये वो. Nothing like over के अच्छा तुम पाकिस्तान से मैं पैसे कम करके दूंगा.
Right,
Nothing
right.
like that.
So,
It was
okay.
always very professional.
But at least they weren't like shitty about it.
No, they weren't shitty about it. Nobody like looked down upon us because we were from Pakistan. So
That's
you
a
know, that
rare
was
thing.
fine.
Rizwan,
Yeah.
कितनी शर्म की बात है ये.
Badtamiz.
Is that your phone? Oh, mute picker. Acha,
No.
and,
Oh.
the other thing was, so if someone's going to Turkey and you obviously went for 18 days and they went for 6 places, but that's a long trip by usual standards. So if I'm going matlab, for like a week, and what do you think in a week if someone's only going for a week? Well, अगर 3 दिन के लिए 4 दिन के लिए जा रहा हो तो चलो, that's just Istanbul. But if you have a week, what is the must visit place out of all these locations apart from Istanbul?
Well,
What would
definitely
your ideal breakdown be?
Cappadocia, definitely ab jao. So if you're into the whole spiritual scene and everything, go to a day to Konya. And yes, I mean, if you want to just chill for a day or two, go to Bodrum.
Okay. Okay. And not Antalya is not up there in the list?
Antalya is okay. I mean, it's a good place to like for beaches and swimming, and you know, a lot of cool little bars that you'll find, and you know, but it's all right. I mean, all those things, all that whole experience you can have in Istanbul or Bodrum as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I suppose my last question would be, would you go again? And where would you go again?
Would
if
go
you
again. Yeah, definitely. I think जितनी भी मैंने traveling किया है जिंदगी में, I feel like Istanbul is definitely one of my top most favorite cities to go to. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Guys, do you have any other questions before we end the episode and start our advice episode?
I have one more thing to say.
Oh, sure.
To kind of like help people with cons mostly over there. If anyone asks you while you're just walking around on the street and they say, okay, where you're from or what country you're from, just ignore them because they're probably trying to like con you into something or trying to get money out of you in a weird way. There's another weird con that happened to us was that this shoe shiner.
Oh, that is very famous.
Yeah, he basically went and he dropped a brush in front of us.
Yep.
And like
Fuck, it happened with you.
Yeah, it happened to Mariam actually.
Okay, this has happened with like tons of people. Yeah, a lot of people have written about this. Yeah.
So Mariam ne utha diya and de diya, and I was like, oh my god. And he's like, no, you're a gentleman. I will help you. I'll do free shining of shoe. And then वो शुरू कर दिया उसने, and I was like, Mariam, just stop, just forget about it. मगर वो शुरू हो गया, and then he started talking about how he's going to Ankara tomorrow and he's got family and he needs to feed them and all of that, and छुट्टियां आ रही हैं ये वो, and then he ended up taking I think like something like 30 TLs from Mariam then. तो
चलो
हाँ
क्या 600 रुपए 600 रुपए अच्छा एकदम से मुझे एहसास हुआ अच्छा ओके
उसके अलावा आई थिंक वहाँ पे try not to travel in taxis. Okay, if you want to travel in go we only travel in taxis when we were to go from our hotel to the airport. Other than that, don't use a taxi. Most of the taxis जो street पे ऐसे ही घूम रही होती हैं, they're mostly frauds. But they don't even have like मतलब कि they'll screw around with you, they'll fuck with you, they'll पैसे ज़्यादा ले लेंगे, वो गलत रास्तों से निकाल के आपको ले जाएंगे and stuff like that. They don't even have Uber over there, so I think that was banned by the government. The taxis walas got it banned basically.
Wow.
But there is this one taxi app over there called BI Taxi, which was still like uska meter system, and there's some accountability. So I used that for going to the airport, and airports were usually 45 minutes to an hour away from the city anyway. So that cost us like around 130 type liras. So those are fine, but like their transport system generally, their buses, their metros are great, and they're very cheap. So like Istanbul mein card hota hai, Istanbul card ke naam se, that you can use on both the metros and the buses. So
nice.
And those are relatively cheap. I think for one ride they're about 350 3.5 liras. So
and it's easy to navigate with like Google Maps or directions on the train. Sab aasan hai.
Definitely. Google Maps is going to be your friend. Google Translate is going to be your friend. If you're having trouble, the speaking system jo hota hai, that really helped me out quite a bit.
As well. You use the camera thing as well, where you like real time wo jo karta hai.
Google Lens, Google Lens. Yeah, we use that as well. But we didn't have to, because most of the restaurants had English menus as well. So yeah.
Okay. Anything else, or we should wrap?
I think I'm good.
Well done, very detailed, very informative.
Yeah, I think probably our last travel episode of the year. ठीक है जी, we're going to end this episode right here and jump on to our question answer session, the Chalant advice section. Obviously, thank you very much, Nadir, for your details, and advice section ke liye, I think I'll put it up on our Instagram, on IGTV or something, because that's where we get most of our questions from. Okay, that is Nadir Shahzad Khan 26, Nadir Shahzad 26 on Twitter. आप इनके गाने भी सुने, सिकंदर का मंदिर, और Mariam ये कर रहे हैं. Mariam is his wife, Mariam Saleem Nawaz. She's also an actress. She has a show on Z5, which might not be available in Pakistan, but if it is, तो आप वो भी check करें. Apparently it's very good. Good reviews all around. Rizwan Pehलवान, Sarkhel Sawan Khan, और फिर Instagram पे आप जरा आए ना TPR board पे, and then we'll do the questions over there. All right, thanks guys. This is Robert recording. Bye bye.